I don't even know if it's too high because there are a lot of cultures in this world and people in this world that it's such a medicine. It's such a part of their culture where it's not about being high or not. It's about this is what I do.
Yeah.
It's like I smoke weed. That's like, no, it's like I get off work and I smoke. Some people like just smoke it all day long. And and so for me, I no longer call cannabis. For me, I refer to it as
Mother Ganja, right?
Mother Ganja. Yeah. And I learned that recently at a retreat where I really learned my relationship with cannabis was that Mother Ganja is a mother. Like the plant itself is like referred to as a mother. And I think that as I've been really working on my trauma and in this cast and just through 3 years of therapy and retreats and other plant medicine like psychedelics, I've learned that I feel like I haven't had the love of a mother, which is hard to even admit because I love my mom and I know she really loves me. But the parental trauma and religious trauma that I developed was like, I never felt accepted by my mama fully for what I thought and what I felt, like wanting to like not be a Christian and figure things out on my own. And it was very clearly communicated to me that I was wrong and we're not supporting you, for most of my life. I felt like that was kind of like, you're on the wrong path. I'm very disappointed in you. And it was like, but I'm a good person. I'm a really good person. Yeah, but you don't believe what we believe. And it was like, I didn't feel like I had the unconditional love of a mother. So when Mother Ganja came into my life at 16 and I was dealing with severe insomnia since I was like 8 years old, I found a substance that held me at night and was like, shh, poor baby. It's okay, poor baby.
You're going to fall right to sleep.
And I'd fall asleep and I'd be like, and I wake up like, wow, I slept 8 hours. Thanks, cannabis. I'm going to be using you every single night.
Yeah.
Insomnia was a thing that I felt like I developed really first.
And I feel like that's a really tough thing with weed that I'm starting to learn is that when you do smoke it pretty often at night, it helps you sleep so well. Like just, it'll knock me out, dude. Especially if I'm trying to go to sleep, I can fall right to sleep and then I will be out for the entirety of the night, wake up right at 8 and be ready to go.
Right.
And then the days where I do take 3 days off, that first day, I normally don't sleep well.
Right.
And that second day, I'll probably be so tired from not sleeping well that I go right to sleep. But for you, it was different. It was like you created quite the dependency on it that you would go 5 days without sleeping.
Yep.
Not even a wink. And you would be like losing your mind.
Yep.
I've never seen something like that.
Yeah. It was brutal.
Yeah.
Because it all started with insomnia. So I never fully dealt with insomnia.
Yeah.
I just found medicine that worked. And cannabis, Mother Ganja is a medicine. It's a plant medicine. It's a powerful. That's the thing is I used to always think it's no big deal. And that's fine. However people want to associate with it, it's fine. But when I finally took a big step back, I've quit before, but I had to quit for like nursing school and other things. But when I quit for myself, the one only time I quit for myself since I was 16 years old was like 3 months ago. You have to be ready to stop something for yourself. And so for me, I never thought I'd quit cannabis. It was such a successful plant medicine.
Let me ask you this. What's your expectation on you and cannabis? Are you in this perspective of, I'm just never going to smoke weed again?
Oh, no. I'm not in that way with actually anything.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of myself still.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm living a new life, a life that's just living for me, not for covering up things. And living for me is painful. Like I'm scared of life. I'm scared of people. I'm scared of relationships, but I'm facing those fears now head on. So anything that scares me, I'm like, go deeper.
Yeah.
So if it's like, hey, you should call that friend you've been wanting to reconnect with. Yeah, but they're probably busy. Go deeper.
Yeah.
Why do you think they're busy? Go deep. Like stuff with my son. That's causing me so much anxiety. Go into that. Like not being afraid of that. Where in the past, when you're high, you might face certain things, but like being high is so wonderful. Like everything's just like, we're good.
Yeah.
So it's like, I got to do some paperwork that I don't want to do. Smoke a joint. And you get it done.
For you.
For me.
Yeah.
That's why I became so dependent on it.
Yeah.
Because I could write music, I could do paperwork and just be floating on that level of just like take a weighted blanket and wrap it around you. And like, I benefited a lot from it. So that's why I thought cannabis that's my medicine.
Yeah.
I still feel like it's a huge successful medicine. Like it works for me in my body and my mind, but something's changed. And what's changed is I took a big step back and had the opportunity to go on a retreat that required me to quit everything.
Yeah.
When I do anything, I go to win. And I didn't want to go in half-ass. And so I did things very disciplined and seriously and didn't sleep for 6 days and did it. And it was excruciating. But I, in that 6-day process, learned there's something here. There's something going on right now. Like I am scared as a little baby in bed every night. There's something going on. I need to like really learn this. cannabis. And I just want it so bad. I want it so bad. Like literally that feeling like I can't sleep. I don't know what to do. I feel so scared. Like really fucked up. Once that first week was over, that second week was just like I started dreaming again because I had stopped dreaming for so long. Not to get too lost in my process of quitting it. Just the fact that like I was able to learn my connection. And I don't think this is the same for you and mom and dad. Like you had a very different experience at the home. You know, like I was pretty much booted out right after senior, like right at the end of senior year of high school. They were just like, you got to go. And I was like, you're right. I have to leave now. And it was like a kicking out and a mutual I'm out. And so when I left, it was like I didn't have anything else. Like weed was whether it was a bad breakup or mommy issues or daddy issues, it was like, I just want to be held and coddled. So weed became that for my mind, for my body, for my thoughts, and lasted most of my life at that age, 16, 17, until about 32 years old. And what I learned was that like, I need to be my own mother.